Assalamu alaikum. Let's be honest. We hear about human rights all the time. In classes, lectures, on posters, in the news and social media. But in Palestine, it is not just a topic, it's a survival. This video is not just a task, it is a reminder that behind the word Palestine there is pain, violations of international law, war crimes, and a world that keeps looking away behind. Behind the word Palestine there are people, and their rights matter. So now,
if I were in Gaza, I would want the world to see me, really see me. Not just as someone in war zone, but as a human being. I would have a name, family, memories, and dreams. I would have a favorite food. I would get nervous before exams, just like any other student. But people forget that. They look at us like we are a number in a report, not actual people living through horror. I would want someone out there to just stop for a second and say, this isn't okay. This can't be continued. If I were in Gaza, I would want to be seen, heard, and treated like I matter, because I do.
if I were in Gaza, I would wonder why the world watches but says nothing. I would see people getting killed, families losing everything, and I would ask, where is everyone? Why do people act like it is normal, just because it is not happening to them? I would be thinking, if this was happening to another country, would the world stay silent like this? It is not just about politics, it's about people, kids, parents, normal families who want to live a normal life. I would be angry, I would be tired, I would feel forgotten, and I would want someone, anyone, to just care, to say this is wrong, this should not be happening, because silence does not help at all. It just allows more pain. It just allows more pain.
If I were in Gaza, I think my biggest fear would be protecting my little brother. He's just a kid. He doesn't understand why the sky lights up at night or why we have to run. I would hold him and tell him everything will be okay, even when I don't believe it myself. We would hide in a corner and hope our building isn't next. We would play games to distract ourselves from the noise outside. And every time I hear silence after a blast, I would wonder, who didn't make it this time? If I were in Gaza, I would just want to give my brother a safe childhood. That's it. That's all we would need. No war, no fear, just peace.
In Gaza, I'd be scared to dream. What is the point of dreaming about the future if tomorrow is not promised? I'd go to sleep not knowing if I will wake up. I'd see schools, hospitals, homes, all destroyed, and I would wonder, how do we even rebuild? I wouldn't be thinking about exams or jobs or traveling. I'd just be thinking about surviving, and when I look online and see people living normal lives, going to malls, making jokes, I'd feel like I'm living on a different planet. If I were in Gaza, I wouldn't want pity. I would want safety, freedom, and basic human rights, just like anyone else.
These are some chosen articles regarding human rights written in the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. We believe every human, including those in Palestine, deserves these rights. Article 12 from the Universal Declaration of Human Rights mentions that no one shall be subjected to arbitrary interference with his privacy, family, home, or correspondence, nor to attacks upon his honor and reputation. Everyone has the right to the protection of the law against such interference or attacks.
Article 13 from the UDHR mentions that 1. Everyone has the right to freedom of movement and residence within the borders of each state. 2. Everyone has the right to leave any country, including his own, and to return to his country.
Article 22 from the Universal Declaration of Human Rights mentions that everyone as a member of society has the right to social security and is entitled to realization through national effort and international cooperation and in accordance with the organization and resources of each state of the economic, social, and cultural rights indispensable for his dignity and the free development of his personality.
Article 25. Everyone has the right to a standard of living adequate for the health and well-being for himself and his family, including food, clothing, housing, and medical care and necessary social services, and the right to security in the event of unemployment, sickness, disability, widowhood, old age, or other lack of livelihood in circumstances beyond his control. Motherhood and childhood are entitled to special care and assistance. All children, whether born in or out of wedlock, shall enjoy the same social protection. We are not Palestinians, but we believe in their rights, we believe in their justice, and we speak up.